As you do that, just let me be the first to welcome you to Binance Blockchain Week Paris 2022. I'm Kayla Rourke, and here with my co-host Haley Edmond, we are thrilled to be with you here in Paris for the next few days of this conference.
没有，对，
是这样。
你要抽出来先，对。
跟大家介绍一个非常厉害的面包，这个可颂加可可。我靠，我就是每天都在吃，希腊也在吃这个，到法国也在吃。我以前不会加太多面包，因为那淀粉容易胖，因为我毕竟太胖了。
马上掉粉。
我们现在在 Paris。Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到阅部客，我是水丰刀。这一次我受邀代表亚洲地区的币圈的 KOL 来到这个巴黎，是 BINANCE 币安邀请的。然后这次是参加 BBW， 这次就要来开箱区块链周给大家。这个讲者非常重量级，全部都是 CD、Sandbox 的人 ，CoinDesk， 甚至还有 NBA 的前球星 Tony Parker， 还有网球选手沙网。今天的重点就会着重在讲怎么去完善 Web 3的世界，怎么让 Web 3的世界让更多人知道，让更多人去应用它。非常期待今天第一天的活动，那我们就 Let's go。我们的项目的赋能是要做学习跟孵化品牌，孵化其他项目，然后再回馈到社群。Smart contract. This is not BNB chain. BNB oh no. ETS. ETS. Ethereum. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think France is very important, very strategic for many, many reasons. I think one of the first reasons is for us, there's a very large talent pool here. France has a very strong engineering culture, and France has been historically very strong in mathematics, so that culture still filters down through the generations, and that has very deep roots. So talent pool is one of the biggest reasons that we're here for. But there's many, many other reasons. I can elaborate. I don't know how much I should go into. We are planning to hire a couple hundred more before the end of the year. So we're growing very fast. And the talent pool allowed us to grow very fast. The challenges we face very often are, regulatory, the lack of clarity in regulatory in other places. Where France, this is much less of a problem. The France regulators are very clear, very upfront, very precise. They're very demanding, very strict. They're very responsive, so they're very quick. They want to push this industry forward. They welcome this industry. I think the other challenge we face very often is still education, right? So the industry is so new. We still have to spend a lot of time on educating people. And France is quite good for this. France has many strong schools. And today we can announce that we're actually working with Samplon to educate 10,000 students. We have a program that's the details of the announcement is going out.
炉边谈话中 ，CD 与Jun相当有共识地表示了，为了让更多人理解未来的科技及普及化，教育将会是区块链推广中最重要的一环。在大量的资讯里学习区块链及 Web 3正确的知识，进而一同推广，是我们相当重要的使命。在 Web 3中，创新与安全性一直是相当受到重视的。而游戏大厂 Ubisoft 与冷钱包看到了区块链的发展性，投资人纷纷资金易主，期待以 Web 2产品创作的碰撞下，直接参与 Web 3的任何创作，想象力不再受限，开心与安心地投入其中。艺术时尚之国法国作为这一次2022年下半年区块链周主办的国家，法国呢是欧洲的新创及科技与公司的人才汇聚地以及先驱，最适合引领欧洲前进 Web 3的国家。期待能够看见法国建立出自己的元宇宙，成为世界区块链网络的先锋。
这个，我们一起拍，为
什么？
So I think I will let Yat speak on the investor perspective, and I will share more from like the adoption and user engagement perspective. Since we're a platform, we are seeing every week, if not every day, major brands from all around the world entering the sandbox, acquiring lands and launching various activities, activation or experiences as well. We just released 3 weeks ago a major milestone for the sandbox called the Alpha Season 3. It is a 10 weeks event featuring more than 98 experiences, including 22 major brands. You have like The Walking Dead, Ubisoft, Atari, Steve Aoki, Warner Music, just among many others. And we've seen tremendous engagement from the users in this season 3. So users are still here, playing, engaging, spending over 30 minutes a day on average per experience. Every new day, a new experience is coming. So we're definitely showing that there's player, that there is content that's being built, and actually it's been built not only by us, but by a growing ecosystem. So the sandbox, I think at the beginning of the year, we had 25 studios around the world that were creating content. Today it's over 100 studios that are themselves have been hiring artists, level designers, narrative designer, and other of the jobs of the metaverse. And all of that has been contributing to the creator economy. That's a circular economy where the studio are paying artists in sand token and they reinvest into the platform. The brands come and they buy the land in sand. So land market has been also very active on the secondary market, showing a lot of activity on the NFT side. I'm very confident that if we're able to show that there is engagement and adoption no matter of the cycle of the crypto market, specifically a winter, also given that Sandbox started in 2018 into a crypto winter, that we have a good avenue ahead of us. And the year is not finished, so I think around investment, both ourselves will have interesting announcements, but also ourselves as a platform have been very supportive towards the ecosystem. We're building Sandbox with putting a lot of emphasis around entertainment. That's why among all the 400 major top-tier brands and partners we have from all around the world, we will find essentially fashion, lifestyle, gaming, music, celebrities, etc. Because our thinking has been around like, if we can reach out to the fans of those brands, and cumulatively we are reaching over 1 billion fans around the world, then they could come for their favorite brand or celebrity, and then they could stay on the platform to keep engaging with all the other user-generated content we have and the other brands alike.
Well, maybe just to add on this one, I mean, we just closed a funding round with Temasek Boyo and GGV last week, valuing the company at close to $6 billion, not quite. So it's a demonstration that you can still raise money in this market, and it's not really a case where there's no money. In fact, the market is quite liquid. It's just a question of valuation often, because prices have come down. Market is obviously a little softer. And people are clearly also more, I would say, careful. But there's also less competition, right? If you're a good company, you stand out. If you look at 6 to 9 months ago, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of companies that came up, but also a lot of companies that maybe shouldn't have received the funding they've received. It was just somewhat exuberant, which happens often in these waves. Those companies are all gone now. And it was very similar to 2018. Those companies, the stars of our earliest portfolios, call it OpenSea or Axie or Sandbox or Decentraland or Dapper or Wax even. These companies were building in the winter. And if you're building in a time when things aren't great, then actually you're not building it just for the money, you're building it for purpose. You have a real reason behind it. And I think this is the other thing. Investors see that too. If you're building a company that is purpose-driven and that has a big mission, which I think Sandbox has and what we're trying to support as well, then finding money isn't the problem. If you look at, for instance, gaming itself received multi-billion dollars of funding just this year, including during the bear market. Most of it went into Web3 gaming. And that's interesting as well. For anyone who was building games traditionally in the last 3 years, there's never been a better time to raise money from a gaming perspective, regardless of it being supposedly a winter because people see that future. And I guess it's like how Simon Sinek said it, right? It's like people don't buy how you do it, they buy why you do it. And for Web3, there's a very big why. And if you believe about this future, about digital property rights and the meaning behind it and why it's a better future in the digital world, then that's where our youth is. Then as an investor, you're investing in the future. Why are people pouring money into TikTok, for instance? Because that's where our youth is. That's what young people want to do. Or why were they pouring money before into apps? Because that's where young people are. And where are the young people today? They're in the metaverse. They're building Web3. They're into crypto. When you buy virtual land, you're actually entering and demonstrating to the audience that you're serious in Web3. It's not just a case where you're just here to extract. You're putting into the ecosystem, you're investing, you're participating. You kind of want to signal that you're part of it.
必须强调的是，虚拟货币与游戏平台都只是工具之一，因此一家公司的愿景、使命、核心价值才是最重要的。无论现在处于熊市还是牛市中，很多 Web3 的公司没有做成功，就是于关注于眼前的利益，而不是放眼未来的发展和如何创造价值给使用者们。因此，如何能够将永续发展作为成立企业与维系的核心，才能够在 Web3 的世界中真正的立足。好，我们这个活动第一天的演讲差不多到这边结束了。它有非常多的主题，就一开始是数位转型的部长跟 CD 在讲整个建设，然后包含他们合作了一个法国的学校。那这个学校呢，他们会培养更多人去了解 crypto、区块链等等的知识，像投资政策。下午我真的很期待的是 Sandbox 跟 CoinDesk， 他觉得现在根本不是熊市，因为现在大家不是在区块链里面都很 sad， 然后都觉得我们没有希望。他觉得现在还 start early， 就是还有很多的机会，而且非常多的公司在这个时间可能也得到投资，只是说大家变得比较小心。他就会提到说，你要看的是现在的评价，跟你可以走到未来的伙伴是谁。你买这些 NFT 是因为喜欢它的文化、它的信仰，这可能逻辑很奇怪。通常我们想要赚钱，我们都是一开始可能都会把它卖掉，可是进来之后这个文化之后，我们会完全所有人都沉浸在这个里面，真心喜欢这个文化。所以其实我自己觉得听到是蛮 touch 的。然后在另外的 education 非常的有感觉，就是因为我自己在做区块链的教育，所以我一直在推广更多样化，更多人可以知道。不管今天是因为你可以看到 crypto 全部都是男生，女生非常少，像讲者就讲到希望更多女生进入，更多的不同类型的人。你可能爸妈那种年纪，其实我也看到非常多年长者，他们也想去体验，但很多人都把它拒之于门外。他觉得 crypto 应该是一个平民化，而不是金字塔顶端的人才能够学习的，唯有让所有人都能够更轻易的去做，才能够有未来。而且现在的 crypto Web3 就像是当时的网络时代。听完之后觉得超级无敌热血沸腾，就觉得太有希望了。然后回去有非常多事情想做。然后晚上呢，我们会去参加一个 KOL 的 party，CD 可能会出现或者什么的。然后他刚刚币安对我超好，他马上传讯息说要送我一个礼物，因为我从一个很远的地方过来，他就说跟我预在那个 party 上7点的时候，所以我们等一下就要去 party 咯。我们现在来到这个 party 的地方，竟然在 museum 里面，超美。然后旁边就是巴黎铁塔，但是因为我不能带我的摄影师一起进去，所以我等一下不知道怎么拍，你知道吗？